Interesting game. PSG to the finals of the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, well deserved for PSG. They were fantastic yesterday. Not just yesterday, they were the better side in the tie. Home and away, they defeated Arsenal 1-0 at the Emirates, 2-1 at the Parc des Princes, 3-1 on aggregate to qualify for the final of the UEFA Champions League. They deserve it. I spoke with Arsenal fans yesterday and they alluded that PSG were the better side over both legs.
The excuse was that Arsenal party missed the first leg.
Yeah,
I mean, yesterday was another ball game.
like I said, PSG was just the better team. Yes, Partey was available yesterday, but it was still the same story. Last week, they were given excuses of unavailability of Partey. The absence of Partey was the reason why they lost at the Emirates last week. But yesterday, he was there. He played 90 minutes. But what I would just say that the midfield battle yesterday was keenly contested. It was evenly contested. You see, Arsenal had a dominant start yesterday. What a fantastic start yesterday. In the first 15 minutes.
Kudos to
Donnarumma. It was different. Donnarumma kept them in that game because the first 15 minutes of that game was very, very crazy. Arsenal dominated. They were lively. They created so many chances, but their only undoing was the ability to get the goal. Yes, which has always been their problem. They need a striker. They need a huge presence in the final third. They are very strong at the back. They don't really have vision in the middle of the park. Yesterday, like I said, the midfield battle was keenly contested. But their problem is always the conversion of chances. If Saka is not scoring, who will score for Arsenal? Merino wasn't scoring, who will score for Arsenal? The problem they had yesterday was, a failure to bury those chances that they got early in the game. If they had converted those chances, they could have equaled the tie and then probably take the games to the extra time. Anything can happen. But it was very, very unfortunate for them that they are going trophyless against this season. It's always the same story. Almost. But not quite there. I can tell you for a fact that Mikel Arteta's Arsenal under Mikel Arteta have failed to reach the final of a tournament after reaching semi-final for 8 times since 2020-2021 season. So it means they have been into semi-final of different competition 8 times and they have failed to make it to the final. So what is wrong with Arsenal? For PSG, good one for them. And you wonder what is working for PSG. They have really improved.
They have been doing well. They're playing the finals.
You see, they got better without Kylian Mbappe, without Messi and without Neymar. Why? Because they stopped relying on star power and they started building a routine. And kudos to their manager, talking about Luis Enrique, how he cracked down on egos. Because before, it has always been, power tussle between these star players, star-studded team. The ego, but they are playing more as a team now. And Luis Enrique focused on game tactics, game management, and squad balance. So he prioritized squad balance. No one looks inferior. No one looks superior. They are on the same level. All of them, every player is important in this squad. And also, their management. We need to also talk about the management. They have changed their transfer strategy, their transfer plan. They have moved from buying old cargoes, old players. Now they're developing younger players who, of course, will bring in energy.
They are currently the champions of the French League.
They are on the verge of winning quadruple. Not even a treble, quadruple.
They will play against Inter Milan in the final.
Anything can happen. It's a 50-50 game.
Just win their first
UEFA Champions League. The last time they played in the final was 2020. They narrowly lost to Bayern Munich 1-0. They are into the final again. And they will be going all out. They also have quality in that squad, like I said. And I like the fact that they are a very young team. They don't depend on individual brilliance. Dembele did not play the first half.
And they were still in charge.
Yes, they were dominating. They were creating chances. Bakola, Desiree would have, they would have scored more goals yesterday. Look at Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is also young as well. So when you see a team that is playing as a team, you see that every player is important. Football is very, very funny. Kylian Mbappe left PSG last summer to Real Madrid, hoping to win his first ever UEFA Champions League in his career. The PSG left and now into the final. Real Madrid that he joined got knocked out by Arsenal in the quarterfinal. The same team that knocked Real Madrid out is the team that PSG knocked out to reach the final. PSG defeated 4 English teams on their way to final. Amazing.